based on what I saw last week in Oxford, the Oxford Union Society, where I came to speak. And about 300 or 400 people filled the room. Most of them were there to listen. Maybe 10 or 15 came there in order to disrupt, in order to provoke, indeed, in order to just make the whole event a failure. Not more than 10 or 15. They already came prepared with Palestinian flags, and they were not there to listen. They were not there even to debate or argue. I say, okay, they have legitimate claims, let's argue. Let's see if we can convince each other, or most importantly, the silent majority that sat there. And the fact that they came there, the fact that they called, free Palestine, and what do they say? From the sea to the river, or from the river to the sea. This is what they say. That means not free Palestine, but do away with the state of Israel. The fact that on the way out, because finally the guards took them out, with murder in their eyes, they called Itbach El Yahud, which is murder to the Jews, or slaughter the Jews, tells you what we're facing. And I can tell you here very authoritatively, very categorically, that this is not just a local organization of the Union students, or the Palestinian students, or the Arab students of Oxford. This is a warfare on a global scale. They are being financed, they are being trained, they are being guided by Palestinian Authority and other Islamist organizations. Again, part of the delegitimization of Israel and demonize Israel. So where we stood quiet at that time, just let them run out of steam and get out and then continue, it is important, and we have decided to go on the offensive. First thing is deterrence. And how you deter? By filming them. And the case in point is what happened in Oxford. We have a footage of those guys talking about slaughter the Jews and everything else. This was turned into the Oxford police, which called them for questioning. And now they're apologizing, now they say they didn't and all that. But put them on the defensive. And this is something which is very, very important. And here, I think we should do it in a concerted effort. And I spoke with Malcolm about it on his last week, how we should focus every Jewish NGO and organization with the State of Israel and the embassies. We have to understand that this is the trench line, this is the war. Secondly, is to really arrange Jewish and Israeli students who would oppose them. If they raise, free Palestine, we should raise the Israeli flag. When they say free Palestine, first of all, we should say free speech, because they do not let us speak. The same happened, I believe, to Michael Oren, Ambassador Oren in California. And we see it on this is what they do. They follow Israeli speakers everywhere they can to disrupt. And here, again, I say with Elef Alfei Havdalot, as we could take care, or as we can defend ourselves from terrorism, we can also defend ourselves from this verbal terrorism. It's nothing short of verbal terrorism, and we know how words can also hurt. And sometimes words are as dangerous as bullets, because this is incitement, this is hatred, and this is what they spew all over the world.